Selfhood. It is for a fact that time runs without identity. Time runs even if you or I have no identity. But what about life? Ever question that? Life can't start until you found one, an identity. Underneath the blue-winged Kevins, tower the Himalayas, its feet being bathed by the Ganges, reside the vast majority of the people, basking in the laps of plateaus and plains, a land of cultural diversity, yet unity prevailing. A nation replete with history and exquisite beauty is the land to which I inherently belong to. Born in the afternoon, in the pearl of the Orient, a true Gemini accompanied by a sister, only to realize it was 3 minutes after. Carried in tender arms of my mother, relishing the existence of a strong pair of fatherly hands. I heard the vociferous squeaks of my brother. My world was brought to me subconsciously. My journey of learning commenced at 2. Friendships helped the stage to pass through. Elementary school challenges and high school turmoils taught me the rigors of life and things like how to. Hard work was engraved in me right from birth. Hopeful someday it would prove its worth. You wonder how many languages I know. Quite a few, I must say, but definitely do want the numbers to grow before my hair turns gray. Faint-hearted is a word that doesn't exist in my dictionary. Being bold and strong in conviction is simply obligatory. Terror and distress may have its luck and pounce. At the end of it all, I know it's the fight that counts. Perseverance is a trait of the strong, regardless of the circumstance either being right or wrong. People's judgments never qualify to be a thought. I ensure to strive and give it my best shot. Backing down is the mentality of the weak. Success is the word that rings when nothing exceeds the peak. Higher and higher I desire to aspire, until the world around soon appreciates and begins to admire. Thank you.
You asked me where I'm from, where's my home? 在回答你之前，我会犹豫。말해주기 싫어서 그런 게 아니라, but because I'm not quite so sure. There isn't a single place that I call home. 所以你问我家在哪里时，어느 집을 묻는 거인지, I struggle to answer you. The nation I was born in, 我长大的那个省市，내가 지금 살고 있는 곳, which one do you mean? You see, I have homes, but I don't have a home. I belong, but I don't belong. You define me by where I'm born. 坚持说我出生于哪里，就来自于哪里。하지만 그게 항상 옳는 건 아니에요. Or at least it's not for me. Living in Shenzhen, China, 长大于北京, 중국. 하지만 한국 서울에서 태어난 나. Where am I from? Maybe you can tell me. 因为我并不知道. 모두 나에겐 집인데. Which one do you mean when you ask? You see, I have homes, but I don't have a home. I belong, but I don't belong. I wish I knew where I was from. Do you?
Where are you from? That's something I've never known. My dad is German and my mom is American, and I'm something in between. You'll see what I mean. I was born in Amsterdam and lived a lot more places I'm not going to cram into this poem because it's meant to be about my home and not the places I can't call my home. I don't define home as a literal place, but as a time I have a smile on my face. I'm at home when I'm happy, which is usually with my family or a place that's become familiar. And even though that may seem peculiar, it's better to have home not be a somewhere, because then you can take it with you anywhere.
Ambika Patki, first of her name. Who and what I am, I say with no shame. To be on the crest of the wave is my only aim. A part of a family of 5, helping me through tribulations. A mother, father, and 2 brothers. Although home for us is China, we come from the Indian nation. We obey the rules of Hinduism and fall under the Brahmin culture. Our identity as Brahmins is characterized as a divine revelation. Growing up multiculturally, I was exposed to the enticing beauty of 2 lands, experiencing the richness and heritage of the traditions, enjoying the best of both worlds, of my motherland as well as the world to which my eyes have been opened to. A passion for novelty and enthusiasm, reflecting a Gemini. Caring, considerate, and thoughtful am I. Hardworking to pursue all my dreams, no matter what it takes and what extremes. Thank you.
Who am I? Nanukuya. What am I? Nanumoya. Two voices, two personalities, talking back and forth without ever reaching a conclusion. Synchronized, chaotic, unshaken, unshaking, in harmony, in turmoil. Who is it that lives inside of me? I am. I don't know who I am. And don't try to convince me that I know what I am, that I am not alone. Because everywhere I go, or whatever I think, I will know what I want, even if there are people who's there to guide me. I'm standing alone on a world that keeps on changing. And it's not true that's on the heart, because I will know who I am only if I try to be open and positive, surrounded by my families and friends. It's true that my personality creates my identity. I am nothing, and don't even try to persuade me that I am. Now from what you have listened, try to remember, because this time I'll be saying my poem from the bottom to the top. I am me, and don't even try to persuade me that I am nothing. My identity creates my personality. It's true that only if I try to be open and positive, surrounded by my families and friends, I will know who I am, because it's all in the heart. It's not true that I'm standing alone on a world that keeps on changing. There are people who's there to guide me, even if I don't know who or what I want. Because everywhere I go, or whatever I think, I know what I am, that I am not alone. And don't you even try to persuade or convince me that I don't know who I am. Free. Chayada. I am here. 나는 여기 있다. I, 나, am, 는, me, 나다.
For the favorite 7. When you wake up tired, sprawled in white sheets, only to realize it's a weekend and you have the opportunity to lay there for another minute or hour or even all day. When you're crying because something is uncontrollable and your eyes are stinging and your nose is running, only to catch your friend's eye and they smile and you laugh, and the tears run down the creases on your face. When you're in a cozy living room and you have sat there before your whole life since you were a child, you can hear a mixture of 2 languages, 2 lives, your shadow is engraved on the carpet. When you can sit up all night repeating the same words to one person in hopes that they finally believe you. When you walk down the road to the left and straight as if you were raised to do so because the route is engraved in your mind. When you label things with dates and times and smells and scents like summer and your grandma's house and your favorite hugs. When you can recognize a failure, when you can take a step forward, when you can be determined, be patient, be optimistic, be reassuring, and be yourself.
Identity. Blow, blow, blow the wind on a lonely rock of language. Rock, rock, rock the boat of sayings heavy with age. Shine, shine, shine the sun to shrivel forgotten words. And as they suffer erosion, they slumber like caged birds. Atop a hill of memories, the earth is firm and strong. But as I wander further, its base crumbles around. Tracks left on the beach, deeply marked to the land. But as the waves rushed over them, they were only made of sand. Remember that friend you saw on the street, that friend from long ago. And even though you were so close, you let the distance grow. Remember that face, once so familiar, that you saw every day. Now all is left is one of a stranger, and yours torn with dismay. Blow, blow, blow the wind on a lonely rock of language. Rock, rock, rock the boat of sayings heavy with age. Shine, shine, shine the sun to shrivel forgotten words, and as they suffer erosion, they wither like caged birds.
Penang. How many languages do I speak? About 5, if you count a little here and there for each language. My mother tongue is Chinese, but my English is just as good as my Chinese, if not better. I speak French too, you know? Je parle un petit peu français, mais ce n'est pas très bien. And of course, being a Penangite, I must speak Bahasa and Penang Hokkien, right? No, not really. Saya boleh cakap sedikit bahasa, tetapi saya tak boleh faham bahasa. Why Hokkien pi bahasa Kaho, tapi pun mesti Jaho. One of our specialty in Penang is the ability to mix every single language we know together in one sentence. Let me show you how this works. Auntie, why is about Tagway Dia, Tapao, my hair honcho, thank you, ah? See? Chinese, Hokkien, and English in one sentence.
Growing up in Beijing, my eye would ask me, 你喜欢中国多一点，还是你喜欢美国多一点? I would respond with, 我喜欢中国和美国一样. My eye would look at me baffled. 你是中国人，你应该喜欢中国多一点. A couple years later, going to the hairdresser, I tell him that I was 华侨，从美国来的. My barber would proceed by asking me the same question. 你喜欢中国多一点，还是你喜欢美国多一点? Learning from my previous mistake, I answered with a, 我当然喜欢中国多一点. My barber would smile and continue to cut my hair. It was as if I was being questioned on where my heart really was. The problem was that I was torn between two countries. I felt like from the surface level, I was Chinese, but my heart really was in the US. I'm what many call an ABC or a Twinkie. But then at the same time, I doubt that I'm American. But then what would that make me? A banana. Living in China was different for me because I didn't look any different. People treated me the same way as they would to any ordinary Chinese person, which was fine. I enjoyed not being constantly watched. I live in China, I look Chinese, I blend in. It was as simple as that. I would speak to my taxi driver on where my destination was. He would ask, 你是韩国人，对不对? Not wanting to chat, I'd say, 对. Living in China and having foreign friends, at times I would stand by the side as my foreign-looking friends got their picture taken with a Chinese stranger. I would stand there impatiently. Sitting on the subway, I overheard a Caucasian couple telling me how Chinese people smelled so bad. Little did they know I spoke English, but instead of speaking up, I chuckled to myself and didn't say anything. Problems I, at times, faced. Maybe I am living in two different worlds with two distinct cultures, with differences that I cannot even comprehend. But I know that I am not alone. I have my peers, friends, and families that will bridge that gap and accept me for who I am, regardless of where my heart lies. Here in SIS, I am free to be who I want to be. I am me.
I roam from city to city like a gypsy. Let the flights and the crowds feeling the hunger next to me and paint me different skies. Out on the open road, loneliness is akin to me. And when I finally leave, I can still feel the highways and the travel path, flowing hot in my veins, becoming parts of me. If they say home is where the heart is, then this heart of mine will be in scattered pieces. For that since so long ago, home is wherever I lay my head. Though life is never settled, I find an odd comfort in finding the only kindness I've known in the arms of strangers. I roam the zones some others avoided, where there are no right or wrong, no moral compass pointing due north, no conquered floor to stand on, until all that's left is a fire for every experience, a desire to live every life possible, in every way. I think I might meant to be that girl, who has the soul of a chameleon, who belongs to everywhere and everyone, yet belongs to nowhere and no one. Some may not understand the way I lived, but I know that I took gaining all I ever wanted and losing it to find who I truly am.